Yeah, they twins, I can tell they ass apart. I got big packs coming on the way. I got big stacks coming out of save. Got Lil Max with me, he the wave. It's a big gap between us and the...
Wow. Muted.
Yeah, it's fine. Hey, you know what? That shit happens. I'm running all the show. Thank you, Deanna, for letting me know. And yeah, muted till now. So
No.
we're good. On the recording, luckily, it isn't recorded that way. So we'll fix that later.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is the AI overlay of
Well, two things on it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
first, the Stranger Things people. There's lots of video coverage, so that's why they're so seamless.
Thank you, D. Friday.
and look great. As far as the first lady that was fake, I'm sure, or maybe an amalgamation.
Amalgamation?
Amalgamation.
Yeah.
Of other characters. We'd make a lot more money.
Yeah. So if this was Schrodinger's cast,
We could be on OnlyFans.
You get the cat ears. I'm not big on the cat ears.
No, I wouldn't do the cat ears.
You wouldn't do
either.
the cat ears?
No.
I mean, if this was your cast of Schrodinger's cast, this would be a much different show. 100%.
Well, hey, we are Schrodinger's cat.
Schrodinger's cat.
Maybe we have to have ears.
Yep. You're not wrong. You're not wrong there. So maybe this could be a difference between
A successful career and having fun with your buddies.
I don't think people would give a shit if they could hear the first 30 minutes of the podcast if we look like this.
I tell you what, I think the first 30 minutes of us sitting here is probably some of the funniest stuff.
But,
I mean, this is one thing. No offense, but like with the history of telemarketers and all the other stuff, I would not, as I'm assuming Indian guy, be the guy promoting this. It's like, bro, you're just like stacking, more.
Okay,
more.
So when it comes to like, let's take something that you could use this for. Let's say, those like the scams that come from call centers from other countries where they take, the vulnerable people, your elderly, your people that are susceptible to. I got a text message or Norton just told me I'm blocked out of my own computer. I got to do this. Your go-to run-of-the-mill scams that are newer today than the emails used to get 20 years ago from a prince in Nigeria that wanted to give you $30,000 or some shit.
People still fall for that, though.
Okay, so now instead of that, it's a FaceTime call from your grandkid that looks just like your grandkid's voice.
Oh yeah, they do that.
So it's you have where this is going. This is going to something that's going to be. It's going to be something where it's your grandkid calling you and it looks just like your grandkid. It sounds like your grandkid and they're FaceTiming you, but the number's spoofed also. So how would you know it's not your grandkid?
We're back into the Terminator where it's like, hey, how's Snoopy doing? I hear him barking in the background.
It's not Snoopy.
You sure it's not Chewy?
No, okay.
It's a German Shepherd.
What is the scene? Because
she's in the kitchen.
The Terminator says a false name on purpose.
He's like, what's the name of the dog?
Snowball?
No,
You're killing me, bro.
I know.
You're
I mean, we're
killing
gonna
me,
get
bro.
into.
Hold on.
We're gonna jump all the way back to
hold on.
98. I think 98's Terminator 2 or 99.
Dude.
Just put
Dog
dog.
scene?
Yeah, dog's name. Dog's name. Or just dog scene. Yeah, whatever.
Max.
Yeah.
Max. The dog's name is Max.
Wolfie.
What's
Not
wrong with
not
Wolfie?
Snoopy. Wolfie. Yeah.
I heard him barking. That's see,
Yes,
bro.
yes,
That's like
yes.
you're like, oh shit. That was a hell of a moment.
Yeah.
Thank you, D. Thank you, D. Hey, we are. Let's see. Let me run through. Go ahead. You gotta hold it. While
All right.
That's you. I'm just reading. I'm reading.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's Terminator is like we literally watched that the other day with the kids. We watched 2 before 1, for them, just because we found 2 first, and we were, Sunday, fun day, folding clothes, watch a movie you can walk away from. So it was interesting. They really locked into it more than I kind of thought they would. And then what was the other one?
It's one of those
Tron.
movies. Tron.
Yeah, we
84.
No.
Legacy?
So we watched. We've watched.
Aries.
We just watched Aries. We watched.
How'd you like Aries?
Aries.
Okay, I'm a Jared Leto fan. I'm a Jared Leto fan, so I'm already biased.
I'm so on Leto.
Okay.
But as far as the movie, I thought it was okay. I didn't not like it. I thought
it was good.
The music. I always like the music.
It's got a little too much Disney sprinkle on it.
I do agree with that.
There's too much Disney's pixie dust.
Sparkle.
Yeah. Too much Disney pixie dust.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree with that. But it was not bad. I mean, I enjoyed the music. Obviously, enjoy all the red and blue, and
Maggie says dogs could tell the difference between humans and the Terminator. German Shepherds were used as part of the resistance resources.
well, it's funny because I just saw a video earlier that's like a lady who was talking about her husband who had his retired military dog. It's like, oh, he wags his tail every time he comes in the room, even though he's not looking at him. So yeah, dogs are great. Love dogs. Better than cats. My cat's an a-hole. Or my kid's cat's an a-hole.
Thank you for that fun fact, Maggie. I think I've watched every single Terminator movie there's been in existence, but
Have you watched the anime though? We talked about that last week.
no, I didn't.
It is
I'm gonna have to add
good.
it to my list, man.
It is good.
I've never seen. I didn't even knew there was. Let me look this up. I didn't even know there was a Terminator
It's like
anime.
Terminator
bro.
2020,
You're killing me.
2021 or 2025, something like that.
Terminator Zero
Yeah, Terminator Zero. That's it. Yep.
came out in 2024. There's one season out.
Yeah, they only did
6.9 on IMDb. I'll check that out. That's within my wheelhouse.
No, I mean it's
I'll
pretty
rock
good.
that.
I mean it changes the story. Like obviously the cop scene is in a Japanese, precinct, not an American one.
Okay.
And they shift up the storyline just a little bit. It's good. I mean,
So
I
it's
like
the
it.
same origin story, but just it's
Yeah, I think
no
so.
spoilers. No spoilers.
I mean, it's like a season, so it's one of those.
Why is it thing? I've already watched it. You're a liar. You're a damn liar. You're a damn liar.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess I can click this. Maybe it'll let me. Okay, whatever. So also, if you're just joining in, welcome to Schrödinger's Cast, where we discuss anything and everything that can be true or untrue until it is observed with the respect to Schrödinger himself. Thank you for those of you on Facebook that are chiming in with chats. We do respond to chats. Even more so if there's a donation attached to it. There's a link to that in the YouTube description where you can send a link in real time with a donation that will read itself aloud to us and we'll respond to that in real time. Thank you, Deanna, for letting us know that we were muted. That is on me. We're a little bit low on the staff right now. So we had some people call out today. It happens. Everyone is fucking sick right now. So it's just us two today. I'm actually running the whole show from here, with just him and I. So I did overlook the fact that we were muted for the first probably 2 or 3 minutes of the show. I will go back and fix that in post when I post this to YouTube. Sorry about everyone watching that live. That's just the sometimes the shit part of doing it live.
But you can come back and rewatch it a little bit on YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll help.
You should go back. You should definitely go back and rewatch it on YouTube, and then rewatch it again on YouTube, and then send it to somebody else to rewatch on YouTube.
Please.
The only thing we were discussing originally was this video that was I'm actually kind of glad because some of the audio we were discussing, to me, it was kind of sensitive. So I do have another video I was going to show you. So obviously we just got done discussing how crazy the new AI overlay is. If you want to recap on that real quick, basically this is what it looks like now if you are a live streamer and want to change your appearance in real time while you're live streaming.
Gonna get you.
You can change how you look live streaming to whoever you're live streaming to in real time. You can just change your avatar, but it's your real person. So you can be whoever you want streaming as Millie Bobby Brown or, whoever else. I can't remember their other real names. Lucas, Dustin, obviously.
I know that's whatever pain in the ass Pete. What do they call his name?
What?
The kid with the glasses that pops up. What's his name?
Turnbow?
No.
I don't fucking
Him.
I don't
What do
remember.
they call him?
I don't
Dipshit Derek?
Dipshit Derek.
Dipshit Derek. That's
Dipshit
it.
Derek, yeah.
Or Delightful Derek.
He's Delightful Derek. Delightful Derek.
But Dipshit gets things
Dude,
done.
by the end of it, it swayed me. The dude goes hard by the end. I'm not gonna lie. By the end of
Don't ruin it. I haven't watched
I
the last two episodes yet. That's what we're doing today.
you need to catch up, Mustard. What are you doing? It's been over for like a month.
No, everybody was poo-pooing the last episode, so we've been holding out.
Don't let people ruin things for you. Do not let them ruin it for you.
It's just time.
All right. So anyway, thank you all for chiming in. Oh, we got okay here. Hey, well, thank you, Maggie, for these.
Thank you.
Okay, so Maggie just sent us 99 stars on Facebook. I appreciate it. I don't know if that popped up. Do it.
You use that applause button we got.
Oh, I have an applause button?
Yeah, you get one over
I
there.
do?
Yeah, it's that purple one second down.
Don't two colors.
Oh, that's right. Well, second one down on the left. Oh, I didn't hear it.
Yeah, because I don't think I have it turned on. Hold on. Is it this one? This one.
There we go. Yeah.
That's so weak, bro. That's so sad.
Yeah, but it's a long applause.
Oh, shit. Let me cut it off.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah. It'd be multifaceted today.
Thank you, Maggie, for the $1 donation. I think it's $1. I'm not sure what stars are. What's cool is I have like some of my personal channels linked to this so people can donate in multiple different ways. The only way to have it read aloud on stream is to click the link that's in the description, which is like a Streamlabs link. If you click on that and you can type in, it's Uncle B, man. Okay, so I'm going to say this. We're going to have this. This is going to be a thing. As soon as I figure out how to set this up, I'm basically going to have Uncle Bob is going to be one of our go-to experts. So when we phone an expert into the show, I can basically just press a button here. It's going to bring in a external encrypted line, and and Uncle Bob will be able to come in and join the show. And he is going to be our expert advisor for certain things only. So when it comes to actually expert advice about a certain topic, I know this man has the answer for. We're going to be able to phone in Uncle Bob in real time. It's going to be amazing. I've yet to have it set up, so. To send the link? Okay, let me find the link for you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you go ahead and I'm going to show you another video.
Yeah. Let's get the next one up. Let's see what we got here.
I'm going to show you this video, and then you tell me, all right, bro, don't hate me for this. I just saved it. I just need you to tell me what you think about it, all right? I need you to tell me what you think about this.
So I saw this yesterday and this morning, and I actually thought it was pretty interesting. It randomly came up on my For You page. So it says, on August 12th, 2026, so this coming August, the world will lose gravity for 7 seconds, NASA knows. They are preparing but won't let us know why. So according to the article that I read attached to that, it's saying that this is some project called Project Anchor that NASA has an $89 billion budget for. And the plan is to see if Earth can survive losing gravity. How they're going to do this, why they're going to do this, none of this the article talked about. You guys kind of know, if you've been following me for a minute, how I feel about NASA. We can just go ahead and reference the moonwalk on that one. Do I think they do some good things? For sure. Do I think they waste money? Absolutely. It's not really giving us any information, and now they're labeling it like the conspiracy theorists are talking about this. So my question to you guys, especially people that follow it a little more than I do we know what this is? Is it true? Is it gonna happen? Somebody explain it to me. Or is this just some more internet hype? But they're claiming it has something to do with that black hole or whatever that is. There's better terms that I don't know. And that's what's gonna cause us to lose the gravity for 7 seconds. Doesn't seem like a long time, but think about a 7-second earthquake at a 9.0. What do we think about this? Conspiracy or something that NASA's probably really doing?
Conspiracy.
It's saying that this is some...
Okay, go.
Like, I don't see. What are you talking about?
Let me replay it for you.
The Earth is round, and it's spinning. What are they gonna do? I don't understand it. Like, I don't know. It's like doing card tricks, man. Every time I see, like, I don't know, like when you hear stuff like that, it's just kind of like, well, what part are they stopping? They're going to stop the rotation of the Earth? Or if it's flat, they turn it off like a rubber shoe magnet? Or a meat flesh magnet?
Okay, so you know specifically.
Because I don't think I've ever heard flat earthers give
the link-
good reason of why we have gravity. Even though they say gravity's a myth, or I forget what their explanation is. We need to get the 200 proofs guy on the show.
200 proofs? The flat earther guy?
Yeah, the flat earther guy. I mean, he's already made the rounds on the internet.
Yeah, he has made the rounds on the internet. The link is did it show up? Because I didn't see it. I posted it 3 times. I thought it disappeared.
Somebody said thank you. She said thank you. So maybe.
I don't know if it, look, when I hit it, it says. Let me do this. It's not showing.
No, man. Who knows?
I don't think the lady sent it.
Technology.
Okay, I just reset. Jesus. All right.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like on what day? What day did she
7
say?
times. There we go.
What day should you say?
Okay, so this
February
is
7th?
All right, let me. Now that I'm done with doing this, that's why I hate Kevin to run the show and talk at the same time, because I can't do both. I cannot do 2 things at the same time. Never have. All right.
Links up.
Links up, bet. Okay. I can focus on the next part now. So this basically saying, I didn't even look into this. When I find stuff like this that I know you and I are going to go over in depth, I don't deep dive into it until you're here, because I want to be part of the journey with you. So obviously I'm thinking heavy bullshit out the gate. Like, there's no way you could just implying that you can control and turn off gravity, or even have no gravity, is implying that gravity can be controlled.
Well, I know, like,
At this point, it's supposed to be theoretically possible.
but
NASA,
how?
space, aliens, gravity. Let's talk about my second favorite topic.
All right, let me just turn this up real quick.
Oh,
Let's turn this up here. There we go.
Well, the
all
only,
this
okay.
Yesterday and this morning, and I actually thought it was pretty interesting. It randomly came up on my For You page. So it says on August 12th, 2026, so this coming August, the world
Sorry,
will lose
guppy
gravity
mouth.
for 7 seconds.
Okay, August. Let's just start here. August 12th. Significant of the date? Significance? Nothing. The world will lose gravity for 7 seconds. Now, if you were to lose gravity for 7 seconds, if the entire planet was to lose gravity for 7 seconds, almost everything on the planet would probably die or be in some way injured.
Well, I mean, that's
Unless you tether yourself to the fucking ground, you're going to leave the ground a little bit, or just by your own foot being on the ground, as soon as there's no gravity, you're going to leave the ground. And if you have 7 seconds to rise from the ground, how far off the ground can you get in 7 seconds? Probably a couple feet.
Well,
can everyone just survive a drop to the ground from a couple feet in the air?
we're going to lose a lot of old people.
So obviously, 100% bullshit. 100% bullshit. You can't turn off gravity to a planet for 7 seconds.
Well, I mean, that's what I just, it's like what sort of, you have to have some sort of pre-deceived notion of what is the Earth. If you're a flat earther, I don't know what they believe as far as why we stick to
Flat
the
or
Earth.
dome? Let's get the whole
I don't know, dome, platter, whatever you want to say. I don't. What's your definition of or explanation of why we stay planted? Because how are you gonna explain anything past that?
So yeah, the idea that someone could possibly turn off gravity to the Earth for 7 seconds is obviously just bullshit. Let me continue to see why. Maybe I'm calling this a dead cat out the gate, so we know that's where I stand on this.
Yeah, it's deader than
NASA
doornail.
knows. They are preparing, but won't let us know why.
Plus, I find that a lot of the most damning misinformation that I get when I'm doing my rounds and finding like just pure horseshit, most of it comes from TikTok. I don't think TikTok gives a shit. Not like the TikTok like app or people. I think the people that post shit on TikTok don't give a shit of the legitimacy of it. It is purely view based. How many views can I get by saying the most out of pocket shit possible? And that's what TikTok is to me.
Well, I mean, if you want
So
to be
according to
honest,
the article that I read attached to that, it's saying that this is some project called Project Anchor that NASA has an $89 billion budget for.
Let's stop there. Let's fact check this bullshit in real time.
I like why would they call it Project Anchor? Why wouldn't they call it? Why wouldn't they call it
The opposite of
Project Dandelion? Everybody's floating away in the wind.
That's why not? Project Anchor refers to several initiatives, including a research project or parental support. There's nothing to do with
this is
right. There's nothing to do with NASA. The collaboration between doctors at the University of Denver. It's not okay. A viral claim about NASA preparing for
there we
temporary
go.
gravity loss was widely debunked by scientists and made physically impossible. So they used the name of a project that was for self-harm, and doctors and
We got Denver. We got Harvard. I don't know what Vanderbilt's been up to lately.
the shame here. The shame. Let me refresh these. I have to keep refreshing this shit. Do I have a fucking... There we go. Where's my... I need my... Let's see. There's supposed to be a hub. Hold on, you go ahead.
Yeah, I don't understand how that. I mean,
All right, so-
it's like I said, this is a dead cat, or like you said, a dead cat. I couldn't see how anybody would,
100% a dead cat, and also even worse so is using the name. Okay, so if Project Anchor refers to several initiatives, one of which is a parental support for unaliving and self-harm. So you're making a viral video using something that is a sensitive subject already.
Oh,
That was
man.
you last time?
Of course it was
Who
me.
doesn't mute their phone when they go into a podcast?
Me.
Bro, is mine muted? Mine's muted. All right. Plus, my shit stays on Do Not Disturb. I don't think I've had a ringer on the last 20 years.
I got to. Where I work.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Not the KKK. I mean, okay. I understand. I mean, that's what I mean.
Nah,
Okay. Okay.
I already tried.
Okay. Anyway, I don't believe that obviously this is debunked immediately. I'm not even going to fucking finish the video. Do I have another one for you here? What is this one?
I don't know. We may have to pause. They keep coming back.
Go ahead. If you got to take a call, go right ahead. I'll go ahead and.
Yeah. Let me
So
see.
obviously, I'll mute you. Obviously, you can't have a. That better not work. Let me see. A temporary loss of gravity on a planet unless you could control gravity. And then gravity was some sort of a controllable element or, force. And if gravity was a controllable force, you could potentially just not have to pay millions of dollars to have things flown into space. You could just move them there. Right? You could just control gravity and be like, okay, let's turn off gravity here and then put the space shuttle or satellite in space and then turn gravity back on and we're good. You don't need billions and dollars of fossil fuels to get to space every year. I mean, right? It's kind of a no-brainer there. I'm trying to make sure I chat's up. I'm trying to, if anyone is chat engaging, I'm just trying to make sure I'm looking. Streamline this for chat later. I don't want to be interrupted by chats, but I also want to make sure I'm not missing any. You know what I mean? We'll get to you when we get to you. Since he's taking a little break, I'll go ahead and take a little run through and make sure I'm not missing any chats anywhere. Refresh pages and double check everything before I move on to the next topic. By the way, if you have anything you'd like to bring to the show, it'd be a great time to promote it. If you have anything you'd like to bring onto the show, feel free to reach out to us. Everything you need to know is in the YouTube description of the video. I'm not sure if it's like on every platform, but the description in the YouTube video is everything you need to know as far as getting a hold of us, becoming a guest on the show, either in person or virtually, and then, everything else that we're trying to do with the show in the future. That is great that it is, and then, I'm trying to, the way to integrate chats, we're on like 7 different platforms. If you ever live stream before, multiple platforms, there's no way to integrate every single chat to everywhere. So I do kind of have to physically go look at all the different platforms for chat. And also, as you could tell, a lot of people could not make it here this week. A lot of sick people. I'll take this as an opportunity to go ahead and say, if you're sick with something that's fever, diarrhea, vomiting, just stay your ass at home, please, because I got that shit this week, and it was most likely from going to work or from going wherever I had to go, and it wasn't fun. And as soon as I got that shit, I stayed my ass home. Legitimate, minimize the bleed over, shut that shit down. All right, welcome back. All right, you're good. You're good, buddy. You're good. Did I mute you? All right, you're good. Okay, I'll put you back up here. And there you go. Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Expander popped out.
What?
Yeah, from Mar.
What?
The expander popped out for braces.
Oh, expand. Oh, damn.
Yeah. What were you eating?
You mean the thing that you put in the roof of your mouth and crank open to widen your teeth just popped out of her mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me get one of them. Thank you, buddy.
No problem.
Okay. I have a couple more for you. And
Yeah.
also, maybe try not to miss Maggie because I know Maggie's gonna be fucking chat.
Yeah. Get Miss Maggie on there. We'll have to get her a top fan badge.
I don't know if I'm missing comments.
I'm sure we may be.
All right, live chat. Okay, it says live chat. So if I'm missing any comments, I'll catch up on it as I can. Also, okay, so I have this other one for you. I want to go into that one. That's kind of a crazy one. All right, how about this? I want to take a break from showing you videos I have for you, and I want to go into recent today type shit.
Okay.
I'm gonna first look up live breaking news right now, anything that's doing right now. I want to talk about what's going on in the actual fucking world with you. Breaking news. I want to go over what's happening today.
Taxes suck.
What's the last one?
Oh, I got a whole nother one.
Okay, but all right. Now, I've been contemplating paying money for a news outlet. Have you ever thought about doing that before?
Man, no.
Here's why.
Really.
Here's why. I'm looking at.
What did you join an InfoWars?
No. I'm. No. Fucking gay frogs. I'm looking at. Is that what Alex Jones used to say? Something about gay frogs?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I was making sure I was saying it right.
Making the frogs gay.
Okay, that's what I kind of vaguely remember something about Alex Jones and gay frogs. There's like, okay, I have like 6 choices here of top breaking news happening right now. And I know that these news sources are completely fucking biased. Both sides.
Yeah.
I'm saying both sides. Like, I don't know. You don't know where I stand politically, but I know this. No matter what I read, I'm reading one-sided bullshit. And there's a website I know about called Grounded News.
Yeah.
You pay $100 a year. It tells you. I'm interested in checking it out only because it tells you where the source of the news came from and where it's guided to. What news places picked it up, who dropped it, who didn't keep it in their like
rotation.
Yeah. So it's like who suppressed it, who actually promoted it. Kind of like a truth serum for news places type shit. I'm interested, especially for the circumstances of this show, because what I don't want to do is just click on a news link and then read it, and then because I know for a fact, like I was reading, some stuff that I was interested about, and I clicked on a opposing views news source, and the information I got about that story that I was looking into was completely different than in other places. And so what I end up having to do with every single story that I look up for anything, for myself or for this channel, is I end up having to go through and read every article from both sides multiple times. And then make up my mind of, what's that, when you're a parent and your kids tell you 2 different stories and you're like, okay, well, obviously if, this kid said this stuff and this kid said this stuff, and these couple of things overlapped, then probably, I can kind of piece together the story of the truth of what actually happened from these 2 kids lying to me.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I feel. Like that's exactly how I feel when I read news articles. When I read news articles, I feel like I'm being lied to by my 2 different kids. And then I kind of piece together what actually happened. And I'm like, okay, I have an idea of what the truth is kind of going to be based on the history of what I know these 2 kids are known for doing and saying.
Yeah.
And then what I know that the facts. So it's like I have to make my own decisions based on that shit. That's annoying.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what we should be doing, right? That's the only bad thing is you get both polarized sides, which is unfortunate that they, it's a sad thing with, looking at the Trump BBC thing.
What?
Like Trump suing the BBC.
Oh, the news network.
Yeah. He suing BBC. I don't know where it is right now, but it was suing them because they edited the January 6th speech or whatever it was. And it's like, bro.
Oh, I did see that. They and that's some maniacal shit. To sit there and splice something together that is obviously fake fucking bullshit.
Yes.
I'm not a Trumper for whatever, but like I'm saying, like to go out and do you're not helping your cause. Well, you're not helping your own cause. If you're anti-Trump and you're making fake videos that he didn't say, you're not helping your own cause.
No, yeah, and I think that's the only. Honestly, I mean, I'm sure there are better things, or things that are great, and I just like everybody else in life, we have other stuff to do than to constantly watch, what is happening in the news and what is happening constantly. But we rely on having some sort of source that is going to be just straight honest. Like I like PBS, and I, to a point, enjoyed listening to NPR sometimes. But what I didn't like is the fact that it was so very biased. Like, I don't want to hear your editorial. I don't want to hear your opinions. I want you to just show me what was put out. And if it is super long, give me a good synopsis of it, but don't flavor it in with whatever spices you want to add because you believe something.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
Or you want the engagement. It's like, we don't want trolling from media. Trolling is fabulous on the internet as far as from us and, everybody else. That's where this comes from.
Yeah.
But if
We're
want
in
media,
search of the truth here. It's true and untrue until it's observed. So until we see it and it can prove it, it's either fake or not fake until it is observed, like the cat in the box. That's the whole purpose of this damn show. And it makes it infuriating when I see stuff like this. So, for instance, what brought this up was the very first thing I opened today when I was looking for information of things to talk of today, was that a lot of the stuff, like I opened an article that was 100% just fake. And
Yeah.
I had, and then, so I kind of do lean on, I'll be honest, I do lean on like using AI tools to fact check
yeah.
real like articles and news, which is, I don't know if that's helpful or not. I did hear an alert. I didn't see where it was from.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was trying to look at. Oh, your Apple's
I know
pissing me off. I only see a little bit of red up there, so I thought it was YouTube. Yeah, no, I mean, well, it's like I don't think it's up on the screen anymore, but the Washington Post,
There we go.
post a thing to CBS. Like, if that's true, it's like true. Like, don't edit it. Like, maybe if they're saying, like, can't stand that stuff in normal conversation.
Yeah,
I don't think that's what you're getting from most press briefings or things of that nature.
I got a lot going on. Sorry. I'm trying to do this is hell for me. I'm trying to do 10 things at once and then talk. I'm not good at this. I apologize.
He needs to be more like a little octopus out here. He needs more arms.
I need octi arms for sure. For sure.
Or we can go back to Terminator 2.
Okay, so anyway, these are the top news stories as of right now. 27 minutes ago, EU states condemned Trump's tariff threats, considered countermeasures. NPR, U.S. military troops on standby for possible deployment to Minnesota. Anti-ICE rally off U.S. far-right influencers Jake Lang in Minneapolis. GOP McCall says U.S. invasion of Greenland would mean war with NATO itself. White House told CBS to run Trump interview unedited or get sued.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
you
You're going to sue CBS now. $1 billion in cash buys a permanent seat on Trump's Board of Peace.
I haven't heard that one, so I don't know what that is.
New York Times is going to be paywalled. Sorry. I mean, I can click on it, but it's going to be paywalled. That's New York Times for you. I can click on it. It's going to be paywalled. Yep. Paywalled. So that's, oh, you can read an article. No, I didn't know where these are at.
It's popping up there.
It is? Okay.
I don't know what screen that's reading off of, but it's popping up out there.
Let me go over here.
What's your read?
Oh, I see.
Of?
Let's go over here. It's right here. Let me pull this over here. Unc Bob says,
Agrees with heavy bias NPR.
heavy bias NPR agrees
Yeah.
with NPR.
No, he said he agrees that there's heavy bias on it, which there is. I mean, like I enjoy NPR because it's one of the things that you are forced into listening to just so you hear every side of the story. You can't, get everything from one spot. If so, it's, you either get them to be over biased because they push whatever's making them the most money. And I understand that's like the how you make money in media, but bro, that's not what we're asking for. I'd rather have 4 stations that at least.
A lot of times in the morning, what I do is I do this. I look at all the news for the day. I click on a article. Let's say this one's from Reuters. I read the article from a news outlet, and then I have to go through myself and fact check everything that's in that article based on and you can kind of tell where it's opinionated. The sad part is it's too easy to tell where it's opinionated. Let me click on okay. And let's go NPR. Since Bob brought up NPR, we'll bring up NPR. Possible deployment of troops to Minnesota. 15. This is by NPR. Okay, so up to 1,500 U.S. active duty troops in Alaska are on standby for possible deployment to Minnesota. A U.S. official who was not authorized to speak publicly has confirmed.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Okay.
You know, I don't know. Minnesota, in my opinion, is a giant shit show.
I mean, I won't get into that yet. Let me.
Yeah.
For me at least. What is this?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Let's move. That's right there. You lock on. Okay, there we go. Okay, over the weekend, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz was directed by the Minnesota National Guard to prepare for possible deployment to assist local law enforcement and emergency management agencies, though they have not yet been deployed. The Guard said in a Facebook post that these Minnesota National Guardsmen work, serve in our state, and are focused on protecting life, preserving property, and ensuring Minnesotans can safely exercise their First Amendment rights. If activated, members would wear yellow reflective vests to help distinguish them from agencies similar uniforms.
Meh.
The developments follow days of rising tensions, confrontations, and violence stemming from what the Department of Homeland Security has described as its largest operation in history, involving thousands of federal agents, including those from Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, is that's that one dude, right?
Yeah.
Kind of screaming on show. Yeah. Told NBC's Meet the Press on Sunday that it would be a shocking step if Trump sent the military into the city too. To those that are paying attention, you've got to understand how wild this is right now. In Minneapolis, crime is dramatically down. We don't need more federal agents to keep people safe. We are safe. Joseph Nunn, an attorney in the Brennan Center's Liberty and National Security Program, said that Insurrection Act is a break in glass in case of emergency type tool. It is meant to be used when civilization authorities are overwhelmed by a crisis. He said it's not simply to quell protest, even violent protesters. It would be a flagrant abuse of the Insurrection Act if Trump invoked it now, unlike any that's ever happened before in the history of the country. So,
wait, go. So scroll up.
Okay.
Active duty. A little bit more.
Up more?
Yeah, just a hair. All right. I mean, I don't know. Like, for one, if they're going to bring troops in, like, why is Waltz directing them to come in? What are they going to do? What is he deploying the National Guard to do for the state?
Yes,
It's to assist local law enforcement. What's the local law enforcement doing? You know, as far as I've seen, really nothing. And in this, I mean, I don't know. I think it's such a mess up there right now. I don't know what they're going to try to do to fix any of it. Like, there's already, if everything is true, and there's so much corruption that's creeped into the government up there to where, you know, they're getting paid off. I think what was it, the AG in Minnesota? They ended up finding a voice recording or whatever of him talking to somebody who is eventually prosecuted like a week later. Like, if that's the case, if all of that is true and all this is correct, and if Governor Waltz did, you know, apply pressure to people that were whistleblowers, then what are we even talking about? Then the local government in Minnesota is useless, you know, and especially in the state or in that city in Minneapolis.
Quit focusing on my face. Look at him. Look at him, damn it.
I mean, I just don't get it. I don't see where they're trying to, like, what is he going to bring in the Guard for? To just stand around and watch the ICE people?
Yeah, see, I'm
and then
not
how
really
many
sure.
of the National Guard are still possibly?
I'll tell you where I'm conflicted on this. Like, I want, you know, what's it called? You know, checks and balances.
Yeah.
In all cases, like, I want checks and balances. If something is going badly, I want that to be looked at. If something is going, correctly, I want that to be looked at. I don't want just blindly one person looking at, like, oh, we just blindly believe this. We're just going to just not agree with or listen to any other facts or anything else that has to do with anything else. We're the idea that we're believed one-sided. Like if I just believe my one side, I'm not going to listen to anything else. I have my headphones on and I can't hear anybody else because I believe this. I don't think that's fair. No matter what I believe or what you believe, I think not listening to both sides is kind of just hindering your entire ability to understand what's going on globally. If you're not going to even entertain the idea of listening to anybody else's opinion but your own, you're doing yourself a disservice.
No, yeah, I agree. I mean, like if you're just, well, it's like the Kevin Bacon joke.
Kevin Bacon joke?
I think it's Kevin Bacon joke in Family Guy. And I hate to say it because it is.
I don't know
it's literally like a donkey sitting on a couch, and he's like, Kevin Bacon's in. I think it's Kevin Bacon in Footloose. To be honest, I've never watched Footloose.
Oh, I don't know.
And he's like, like goes from literally saying to neighing like a donkey, and so it's literally the same thing. I mean, that's kind of what we've gotten to into a lot of the.
I'm not familiar with this.
Oh, there you go. There it is, right there.
This is it?
Hey, we can put it on Facebook too.
All right, is this on Facebook? Can I do this? All right,
I mean, we can talk over it.
In Footloose.
What? Of course he was.
No, he wasn't. You lose.
Of course he was. He was the star.
Nope, you're wrong. Look it up.
I don't have to look it up. It's common knowledge. He was on the cover of People magazine when the movie. Everyone knows Kevin Bacon was a star of Footloose. It was a huge movie. He was the lead.
I agree. I
hate to say it, but I love the fact that it's a donkey because it seems like the typical conversation with people.
That is the most difficult thing about today with having a conversation with anybody today about anything they don't agree with is they just don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the sad thing. It's like, I don't know why. I mean, I know why, but it's terrible. Like, I don't know what happened where people don't just talk to people anymore. Like, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that I don't agree with. There's a lot of stuff in life I don't agree with, but you know what? We only got one.
One of the biggest premises, just for fact checking, the biggest premises of how this show was created or how we all got together was that the core members of this show. The people that are on this are going to be on the show for, if they're all of the ones that are on YouTube for the last year that we did to now, we don't agree on everything. We don't agree on everything 100%, but we're able to sit down and talk to each other and have a conversation while we disagree to kind of get to a place where we can have a common ground or at least an understanding of each other and kind of have a conversation about, okay, well, you may not agree with me on this, and I don't agree with you on this, but we can at least talk about it. And we're not sitting there just arguing, blocking each other out, not listening to each other. We're getting somewhere. It's like, okay, well, even if it's agree to disagree, we're at least not just putting blinders on and just hating each other or disassociating because we can't get to the, we don't agree. You know what I mean?
There's not a cast you off into the shadows because, we're not on the same page. And I think that's a lot of the craziness that's happening now. It's like it's either my way or the highway with a lot of people.
I agree. I completely agree. Okay, let me go back to this one. Let's see up here. This is gonna be difficult for me trying to run all this at the same time here. All right, so that's happening in obviously there's too much happening in Minneapolis for me to keep up with. I mean, honestly, like it's a shit ton. What is this one? From the Independent, Caroline Leavitt warned CBS that Trump will sue your ass. Of course. If the interview was cut, let's see what this is about.
I mean, no offense. I'm not the biggest fan of the litigious nature in any country. Like, I think it's, to be honest, a little silly. I don't like people just suing each other over, somebody hurt my feelings. I do understand. I understand in sort of this nature, but
I think like the I sue you if you say something I don't like, is the rich male Karen move.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's a straight up rich male Karen move. If your go to is if I'm talking to anybody and their go to is I'm going to sue you, it's a rich male or female Karen move.
Yeah, I mean no offense, but the justice system in most instances does not work well for most people unless they have a certain amount of money, which is sad. I don't really like that idea. And I understand lawyers, have a position in life and, have a purpose as far as in the community. But the amount of lawyers or people that were lawyers and make it into politics is really the scary thing. Like, I don't like that. Like when the fact that people that sit and read I hate to say the nuances or the overly nuanced legal system or justice system, and then the way they apply it to the population is not necessarily the most fair economically throughout the, demographics of anywhere, to be honest. You look in anywhere, anybody that has money, and if you pay enough money, you can usually skate off to a point, and then that just doesn't work for lower level nonviolent criminals. But and like I said, criminals, but, it just doesn't work the same way, or even people accused either way. It's like the same thing you run into. If you look at a lot of the, what do they call it? Freedom of Information Act stuff. Like, there's no reason why, if we pay for government and we pay for the people that are working in government, if the public wants information that is held by the government, there should be no delay in getting any sort of information. I think any of that, regardless of what sort of reason why they think they can delay disclosing it, I think is ridiculous. That is the most stupid thing. And nobody would treat their if your parent did that to you, if your parent did that to you, you would not feel the same way about your parent in the long run. So I don't know. It's a tough spot, but.
All right, we got a actual chat here. So I'll up here.
Ooh, sorry.
Says, how many Hollywood people have killed people in traffic collisions and then go off without any jail time? I can think of two off the top of my head: Rebecca Gayheart and Bruce Jenner.
Oh yeah, I mean, for sure.
Thank you for that. That's a very good point. I mean, what is that? The unfairness. I can think of a several ones. There was a huge case in Texas at one point in time that the Fluent. Just proving homie's point. Absolutely. There's a huge bias. Like there was a kid. I think it was at the time he was arrested. I'll have to find the article. He was considered too rich to stand trial. You remember that? He had a drunk driving incident. And he killed somebody else. And at the point, he is a affluent teen. Let me look this up. Thank you for the comment on Kick, Mr. Fizzlegig. Thank you, Fizzlegig. Hey, and thank you for the follow, Fizzlegig. I appreciate the follow on Kick.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're not wrong. The amount of people that are just not able to... I'm going to prove your point here. This is not just Hollywood or rich or elite, but this was affluent... Yeah, we go. Ethan Couch. Remember that one?
Oh,
yeah. Ethan Couch.
Yeah.
Ethan Couch. And it was
the influence
in 2013, he caused a drunk driving crash that killed a 16-year-old girl, I think it was.
The bomb ran away with him.
He killed a 16-year-old in a drunk driving accident. He killed 4 people in a drunk driving accident. What was that at? I can't keep up with all this. That's on Facebook. Okay, let me go back to Facebook. I appreciate y'all's patience because you understand. For me, You run that for me, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. He and his mom. His mom ran him off to Mexico.
So So let me go back to here. So Ethan Couch was a 16-year-old who caused a drunk driving accident, killing 4 people. And his defense was he was too rich to know the blame. His own actions weren't able to be. It caused not national outrage, legal battles, and then he fled to Mexico with his mother to avoid legal trouble. Whatever happened with that? Do you know?
I think he ended up going to jail.
His lawyers. I don't think he. 10 years probation. 10 fucking years probation, bro.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's like that.
Initial sentence was 10 years probation. After he fled the country,
well, there's that kid in.
He faced charges. He served 2 years in jail for violating probation.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Well, I mean, how about
to prove your point on the Mr. Fizzle. Just to prove your point. This kid was rich as fuck, killed 4 people in an accident, got 10 years probation, still fled to Mexico with his mother, and only got 2 years for violating probation. That is not the
No, I mean that's not the justice. I mean, it's not the justice system working. You know,
Fizz equal fizzle. Fizz equal fizzle. Equal fizzle.
Fizzle gig.
Fizzle gig. Got you, buddy. Hey, thanks for the follow. Yeah, that's not. I remember following that story when it happened. I was just like, that's just some bullshit. Like right off the rip, dude. That's like unfair bullshit to sit there and say that because you were raised rich, you don't know the consequences of your own actions, and you shouldn't have to face them.
Yeah. No. Exactly. Well, I mean, it's like the kid that's the son of the coach up in Oklahoma that got. I'll say accused of rape.
Affluenza sounds like a disease from being rich. It's ridiculous.
No,
I mean, Oklahoma. Who is the kid in Oklahoma?
He's like the son of a OU coach or maybe Oklahoma State coach, and he got charged with rape or grape. Sorry, I don't know what I got to say anymore.
It's essay.
Yeah, essay. Got charged with essay. Yeah, Jesse Butler.
Jesse Butler?
Yeah, that's him.
18.
And strangulation.
Strangulations when he was 17 in 2024. That's just 2 years ago.
Youthful offender.
Sentence and plea initially facing 80 years in prison. Butler granted youthful offender status, which resulted in a sentence of probation, rehabilitation, counseling, and community service rather than prison time.
No, I'll say this, and I'll be completely honest with myself right now.
Hold on.
He had 100+ hours of community service. I'll be completely honest with the internet right here. Myself as a teenager, got a drug charge in Texas. I did 360 hours of community service then for a drug charge. And he gets 100+ hours in probation.
Catholic kid school. Okay, he says, we have always had those people when it was a kid that was went to a private school. They always dressed up to go to parties and turned the volume up. Catholic school kids were always the ones with the controlled substances. Absolutely. I think the aim for us, there was a school locally that was known for being a private school.
Yeah.
I knew then the worst kids went to this school. The worst kids went to the school. They were always the ones getting arrested, but never serving time or trouble because they were privileged, very privileged kids. And yeah, 100%. Like that's always it's. And I don't blame the parents because, like, if I grew up, if I was rich and I had money and I wanted the best for my kids, I guess at some point as a parent, you have to know you're doing the wrong thing by protecting your kids in that way. But you're protecting them in a way that you don't have to worry about them getting in any kind of you know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, I understand, I understand we were not like a
How are you not blaming the parents? I agree.
no. Like,
I'm not blaming the parents. I'm blaming the parents.
I will. Well, I'll completely agree.
As
with
a
this.
parent, you want to protect your kids at all costs. Like you want to protect your kids at all costs. But the same trade off. In the same trade off, if you protect them to the point where you're not giving them consequences for their own actions, you're doing them a disservice. You're ruining your own kids by by protecting them too much. You're ruining your kids. So yeah, these rich people are these scenarios can be definitely like being detrimental parents to their kids by not letting them serve the consequences of their costs. But at the same time, it's
I mean, you have to have consequences of your actions. And if you don't, I hate to say it, unfortunately, being young truly is the best time to learn. It's like,
absentee parents are the problems. I agree with you. Absentee parents or parents that not pass down consequences are the huge problem for entitlement kids. 100%.
Oh, well, no. Yeah. I mean, I do agree. Like I paid my consequences for mine. My parents were supportive of me, but I will also agree at my age when I got in trouble, slightly older than this guy. But still, in my teens. But I mean, I couldn't blame anything or any of my decisions on what my parents taught me. I had fabulous parents, and I wholly knew what I did, and I took my consequences from that. And I think that is like a thing that you have to let your kids go through. But the best thing to do is let them learn that young.
You do have fabulous parents,
and you punish your kids accordingly. As they are young and they realize that this is acceptable in a family or in society, and this is not. And regardless of how you think of what sort of, enlightened or unenlightened society we live in anymore, if everything was broken back down to ye old Western times or even smaller, this would not be stuff that would be put up with in a family or in a very, very small community or anything like that. You still have a society that you have to live within.
You said exactly. And I will say, for instance, a short story of mine. I remember stealing something from a store when I was like 5.
Ooh.
I stole this is so stupid. I stole one of those balloons that you like blow up and punch.
Oh yeah.
I stole one of those, and this is how stupid this is. But you're exactly right.
It's gig.
Yeah, it's gig. So like I stole something, and my father brought me back to the store where I stole this object from, and then had me met by, because he was friends with the chief of police. Like multiple police officers were at this place when I went back to go return a balloon, something probably like less than $1 that I stole. There was police officers waiting for me when I returned to the place where I stole it, and I had to face like cops outside as a 5-year-old, and then admit to what I did, return it. And when I remember this story, I remember it being kind of like a little bit traumatic for me, because I was like, holy shit, like I was probably overkill for what I did, but what it taught me was that what I did was wrong and on a very big level. So I know when I had one of my daughters stole something one time, and I was like, shopping, and I get to like the second or third store we were going to, and I noticed that she had something in her hand that was from.
Where'd you get that?
2 stores ago. And I was like, what? And I did the same thing my dad did without even like hesitation, without even like thinking about it. I took her back to the store we went from and had her return it to the people and admit that she stole it. And it was probably terrifying for her. But at the same time, it's like, the having the consequences of your actions just given to you right then and there. You have to like, have that moment.
Yeah, I got your fizz. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, it's stuff like that. I mean, for one, you do, to a point, you do associate who you associate yourself with will get you in trouble.
Yeah. It says, I've tried to talk to myself into stealing from Sports Authority when I was 17. Dude ran and left. Yeah. I got arrested. Yeah, you got to earn it. I have been, I think, not, and even with that, I say that, I admit that story of, stealing. Did I learn my lesson from that? No, I was caught stealing again when I was 16 years old. And well, I didn't learn my lesson, but I at that point in time, Both times I had to serve my real world consequences for those actions. And get back to the original point of the story is the people that don't have to serve real world consequences for those actions of what they put out into the world, the people that are protected from having to serve their consequences turn out to be the worst part of the adults that we don't need in this society, for sure.
Well, I mean, I don't.
If you don't ever have to answer for the consequences of your own actions, if you never learn that as a kid and you grow into an adult and you grow in like someone's always gonna protect me or I'm gonna be finding a way out of this always. You don't operate in the same way as someone that would not do those things, I believe. Yeah. 100%. So those I agree with all of that. Let me get back to this news article here. Where was that? All that came from this one news article. We were on this one here. And we agree. If you're not taught to deal with the consequences of your own actions in real time, if you're not taught by your parent, it does start with the parents. I 100% agree. It comes from the parenting. If your parents did not raise you correctly, bet you didn't steal shit again. I did steal shit again. I did steal shit again.
Back to Facebook.
But listen, that was on me. That was, I knew the consequence of my actions. And ever since then, I've known that if I'm doing something wrong, I'll put this out there. I know as a person that when I'm doing something wrong and I get in trouble for it, I'm not blaming somebody else because I got caught. I knew what I was doing was wrong. I'm going to deal with the consequences of those actions because I knew at the time what I was doing was wrong. I'm not going to sit there and just be like, oh, it wasn't me. I'm not going to put it on somebody else. I'm not going to not take the consequences of what I did. And that's the big cutoff for a lot of people is you'll see people get caught for what they did that was wrong, and they will never understand or take the blame themselves. They'll never take the responsibility. And that does come down to that earlier age, that earlier generation, your parenting, that all comes from that. Because if you don't have that, that doesn't get put into who you are, then you'll never learn that. And you'll always sit there and believe it's something else.
Well, I mean, like, I hate to say it, but, shame is a very good tool.
Jane's addiction.
Yeah, Jane's addiction, yeah. No, I mean,
nice.
Shame, people understanding shame as a feeling is something that they need to have, or I say, well, people in general, but, kids learning it, like they learn it at a young age, and then as they progress and, grow, they realize, I don't like feeling like this, or, I don't, or they realize, oh, I did this to somebody, and they start to realize, well, that's not what I want to be, or, that's not what I want to do.
100%. I agree with that. This article here is, I haven't read this yet. So this is talking about the consequence of action and stuff like that. This is the warned CBS that if Trump will sue your ass, and I guess this is where all it stemmed from, is Trump will sue your ass if you cut the interview. Now, in moments after Trump finished taping a 13-minute interview with CBS News, anchor Tony, not even try to say that, Dokupul?
Yeah, Dokupul.
In Michigan?
Yeah.
White House Secretary Caroline Leavitt threatened CBS News that President Trump will sue the network if it cuts the recent interview. And I agree with the side of this I do agree with is that there was a interview that I'm not there was an interview with Trump that you're talking about the BBC did that was not like like I said, it doesn't help your cause if you're gonna do shit like this. Like it cut his interview in a way where it was blatantly false and just manipulated to a point where it was kind of like propaganda type shit.
Oh, it was. From what I saw,
it was a complete cut. Like basically, it looked like he was calling for something, and they cut out a minute and a half of his interview.
Oh no, I think it was I thought it was a lot. I thought it was almost like.
I think it was
30,
a minute.
I think from what they spliced together from the beginning to what they edited back in, I thought they cut out like almost 30 minutes.
Agree, Floozy. He said shame is something you put on yourself. Yeah, having a conscience, having a moral compass is a great thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not sure. I haven't seen this interview. I got to look in and see what this interview is about. See several. If you're gonna do a 13 interview, if you're gonna do a 13-minute interview,
Why edit it?
why edit it? Yeah.
No, I mean, exactly. It's like if you're, I don't know. I mean, it's just like if you want something NPR to do that. Like, I hate to say like this, the state social media sort of thing to pop out, but to be honest, that's what it is. You know, it's publicly funded media. If you want publicly funded media, then play an entire thing. You know, let us hear all of the BS that comes out of, you know, Washington or other government, and let us hear it in its full length. And then if you want to do editorial in between, or, you know, the same thing we do here, or most people do on the internet, you know, get to conversate about it and, you know, suss out what they think is real or not, then that's great. I think that's a wonderful use of NPR. But to strictly lean to one side completely, or to focus only on certain stuff, is where I get, you know, kind of upset with NPR.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Play
what
us the North Korean anthem.
What do you mean? They don't have any power to play it on speakers.
What's
I'm
that?
sure they don't have any instruments there.
Is that me doing that? Let's see. Okay, hold on. Go ahead and talk. I think mine's doing
No,
something weird.
yeah. Like, I don't know. It's just, that's the thing about media nowadays. You have to run through so much. It's like, you know, at what point do you give up your actual life of living to deal with the people that you're forced to give money to all the time, you know, or else you go to jail. You know, it's like, if we're giving you a large, you know, not necessarily a large portion, but, you know, depending on who you are, a lot amount of money out of your savings or out of your, you know, work and labor that you do, I understand, you know, but we are going to hold you accountable. And I think that's a sad thing, is that for a long time, people have just been in this lull sense of not paying attention to what's going on in government and, you know, what is actually happening from the people that we've elected. And are they actually representing us, or are they going with, you know, BS?
Dana says it ultimately comes down to a choice you make for yourself. What kind of person you are going to be. It's a choice. Do you want to be a liar, or at some point do you want, at some point is it no longer a lesson but a choice? I agree with that, and I agree with some people get away with too much. Like, and that's the weird thing, is like in today's news and society, there's a like give point where as long as you stand for some things that are right, you stand for some things that some people agree with, that there's a like threshold that you can be wrong about a lot of things. You can be, you know, you get a lot of leeway of things that you're, you know, given. You know, this is okay. We forgive things that should not be forgivable because we want things that we want. And I don't agree with that. Like, there should be a much tighter threshold as far as like what we're willing to accept, and what we're because of what we want, we're willing to accept too much of what we're not. And I don't agree with that at all. Like, at some point, you have to, the moral compass and the threshold of the collateral damage from that is just not gotten to it's to a point where I don't agree with it anymore.
Well, I think really like the biggest, you know, not that we always want to make this political, but the sad thing is most of the conspiracy theories that run around in the world, or at least in our modern world that we can look at, tend to be brought around us by our government or political figures, or stuff that ends up relating to it. Like, we were supposed to have a young lady come in today to help us out with, or not help us out, but, you know, lead into a Marilyn Monroe conspiracy.
We did have a guest that was supposed to come today was supposed to be a great conspiracy theory, which we will have on the show soon, about Marilyn Monroe, which I had never. It
was her birthday yesterday.
Today. Happy birthday, by the the way, Bailey. Happy birthday, everyone. Happy birthday. We didn't know. I didn't know a lot of leading to the facts. Like, I didn't know anything about the Marilyn Monroe stuff, and we're gonna have it on a show soon, so I don't want to get too much into it. But like, that's definitely something that, like, you know, the conspiracy that Marilyn Monroe was assassinated.
Yeah, you're right, Fizz.
I didn't even know about that. So like,
Well, I mean, so
being
like,
educated is like a huge point. So like, I love being turned on the new stuff.
yeah. And then it's like, kind of what I was getting to was, like Fizz just mentioned, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. It's very true.
Good facts. That's facts.
One of my favorite
Facts.
quotes is by Benjamin Franklin, and I'm sure I'm going to butcher it, but it is, those who give up freedom for temporary security deserve neither. And I think that is very much a truth. It's like we've for a large part of our society taken out the self accountability for what we do. We leave a lot of stuff up for just the BS in life, and it's kind of sad.
W Fizz.
Fizz is a W chatter.
The Fizz is a W chatter, 100%.
Yeah.
It was those who give up essential liberty to
King
purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty or safety.
Yes. Yeah, no, I mean, and it's
Father of Riz.
And I think that's what's really happened, when you look at the stuff in Minneapolis and really what's happening with our government is like, I think that honestly, most people, regardless of whether they're religious or secular or whatever, I think honestly, most people are really very giving. I don't think that most people are, would look at somebody and just, cast them completely aside.
Yeah.
But I think what most people have gotten to now, especially with things that we've seen in the waste of government and in all of the immediate stuff, like I said, come back to Minneapolis, is like people don't like to feel stupid.
No.
And you have a whole lot of people that are looking at stuff and being like, wait a minute. This is making me feel very stupid for what is happening in my government and, what is happening with our money that is getting taken from us and it just frivolously being, cast away like this. And I think that is really the biggest thing.
I'll be honest, man, like the whole thing with that, like if you told me Marilyn Monroe is a good one, I had to look it up. I had to look more into it. I watched the whole documentary about it. When I heard about the stuff going on in Minnesota, like the first thing it told me is like, I, as an American taxpayer, do not like paying taxes, obviously, but I recognize the good that comes from it, supposedly. But if you told me that my tax dollars that I've been paying for a large amount of time has been misappropriated and being used in some way that I did not ever agree with, or that also is unconstitutional, it's going to be hard to convince me to ever want to pay taxes again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm now for anti-taxes. If my tax money is not being used in the way that it's supposed to be legally used, it's being unconstitutionally misappropriated.
Well,
why should I be paying taxes anymore?
A lot of people look at our place here, America, and think about what we have. Our founding was, or our start as a nation was literally built on no taxation without representation. And I think half of this country, or not even half, I'll say there's a very mixed, depending on what your issue is. But a lot of this country is like, this isn't really representing me. And even if it is representing me, is this money really going where it's supposed to be going? And I think that's what our biggest crux is right now in our government and, the society that we live in is people are getting stuff taken from them because of their work and then realizing that it's not going to anything that will either in the long term benefit them or is beneficial for the whole of society.
Okay. Maggie on Facebook says, smart lady read a book and studied a lot at UCLA. I mean, she's referring to Marilyn Monroe. Deanna says, yes, educated and getting cut. Education keeps getting cut.
Okay.
And then Fizzy said, see, people that are stupid love to get government jobs. I spent 15 years of my career in CA government IT. A bunch of
we won't hold that against you.
SIU people that care more about their real estate deals and their eBay side gig. They got love to hire motherfuckers that actually get the job done and while they sit at their desk working on side gigs. I actually knew, so I knew personally someone that worked for FEMA.
Oh, yeah, I know people work for FEMA.
In close capacity, I knew someone that worked for FEMA. And they were in charge of when you would apply for, and this is right on your topic, when you would apply for, like, I had a tornado or a hurricane or something happen to me, they were the one to look over your claim and deny whether you got, how much help you got, denied anything. And this person I knew personally absolutely loved. They were just a terrible person and loved telling people and hurting people and saying no. Like they was as far as the government job, they're perfect fit for their position because they were absolutely enjoyed. Just, like, what is that movie with is it the Yes Man? It's Yes Man. You know what I'm talking about with Jim Carrey, where he's just like he just has to say yes to everything for 30 days, and he's like a bank loan, and he just says yes to bank loans. And the opposite of that, she loved just saying no to denying every claim of people that were actually hurting the most. So people that choose government jobs have a lot of them have no interest in helping you whatsoever.
Well, it's like, it's real weird. Like I like the idea of the I forget I want to say he was a congressman, or maybe I can't remember if he was a federal or state congressman or senator or whatever it may have been. But he made a good comment. He's like, if we vote something in, as far as helping out a particular thing, well, as an individual, you can decide if you want to donate to that. But to force it upon the population and be like, no, we're just going to take your money and give it to this, even if you don't agree with it, then I think you run into the situation of, once again, is it a representation of what I want? And, the fact that if you don't, be it taxes or whatever it may be, the government will come with you or, come towards you with legal force. They're not going to say, oh, well, you're fine. You can pick of these 9 other different charities you can donate to instead of this. They don't do that. That you get no choice. You get what either the government is snuck in and through the backside of a bill, or you get into something that you're just stuck with regardless.
I agree. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to move on to another one we got. So do you want to continue with the breaking news? Anything else news-wise you want to discuss?
Nah.
Okay. I got you. It doesn't take much news to get anyone kind of just on the flustered side of just, too much to deal with. Radical idea. Put options on the state and federal tax forms that indicate where you want your money to go.
Oh, I would wholeheartedly agree with that.
Ooh.
I mean, that's just it though. Like I know a lot of people, like I've done it in the past, itemizing, and donating to charities or, donating to my church, or things of that nature. I don't itemize that. Like, not that I'm, well, yeah, it is. I'm poor. Like I don't have enough money to even worry about itemizing it, but it's like, I enjoy donating to people that I like to donate to and spending my money where I like to spend it. I work for it. It's, something that took my time. And I think that is really the thing. But yeah, I would much rather be like, oh yeah, here's a bubble you can put. Like I'd like to give more to, whatever it is in the government.
Yeah, it says the only people who don't get audited are the ones with money. 100%. Yep.
Well, I mean, but that's just it. It comes back down to the same sort of thing as with the legal system and the other sectors. If you're gonna spend money with things like taxes, if you have a lot of money, you can spend a lot more money to a CPA or somebody who's gonna be like, oh man, yeah, no, I've read through all of these books for the last 10 years. I can definitely make sure I save you money. or find the loophole, which is, we build in loopholes for people, but most people don't
Alec Baldwin should be in jail, question mark?
Oh yeah, he should be in jail.
That's kind of wild too. It goes back to what you were saying about people that have status don't serve the time for their crimes. I'm personally I didn't follow the whole Alec Baldwin shit as far as like the amount of blame should have gone to him as far as what happened. Do you know anything more about it than I do?
I mean, regardless, I don't know. There are differences in people and differences in growing up, and I think this comes into another thing. It's fabulous we have the Second Amendment in the U.S., and I think everybody that should be competent in understanding how a firearm works, regardless of whether you want one or not, or decide that it is something that you need or not. Anybody that I know that has ever handled a firearm would probably at least ask or double check. And I understand it's a movie set and you're supposed to pay people to do this stuff, but it wasn't even like on camera, was it? Like it wasn't during like actual shooting.
So it says here that some felt his actions like allegedly not pulling the trigger but handling the gun with live ammo. Hold on, what?
Yeah, I mean that's just the other thing. It's like
showed a disregard for safety. As a producer, he is seen as a responsible for unsafe conditions that led to the cinematographer Helena Hutchins' death. He broke fundamental firearm handling rules, which is making him culpable for the tragic outcome and argue.
No, I mean like.
What do you mean live ammunition?
Yeah, well, so
he knew there was live rounds and ignored that reality. Oh, what?
So like it's been too long. I'd have to look back, but if I remember, they took firearms that were able to shoot live ammunition.
Should never be live ammo on a set, and it should be live ammo never near a set.
Exactly. I mean, just like he said, there should never, ever be around. And the armor, I believe she got raked across the coals too. I don't know if she actually went to jail or not. I believe she got prosecuted for it, but I don't know what actually happened with that. But yeah, it's like, I think if I remember correctly, I thought they said that they went out and actually shot some of them while they were not filming. And then somehow I don't know. It all just sounds like somebody trying to cover up their own ass, which is most of it. But
it was during showing. It was during. Hold on.
Was it during shooting? I didn't think it was actually during shooting. I thought it was
during shooting. This says, dude, so when I heard about all that, I thought it was like a Brandon Lee type situation. Is it Brandon Lee?
Yeah, I mean, but that's the same thing.
The Crow.
Well, no, he got hit by a blanks. By a blank.
That's
but
what
I
thought the Alec Baldwin situation was. I thought it was like a repeat of that. I didn't realize they had live ammunition on set. That just makes zero sense. Why would someone that? I thank you for that. I didn't even know that. That's insane to me. That is insane to me that there would be live ammunition anywhere near set, and the mishandling of irresponsible firearm ownership by the producer of the show would not be held responsible for something like that. The death of a person?
Yeah, no, exactly.
No, he is 100%. You're not wrong there, bro. That's insane. That's insane. Wow.
I mean, for one, depending on just camera angles. If you have a certain camera angle, do you really have to have the gun pointed at the person? It just seems like a lot of safety stuff.
In case anyone is unfamiliar with fundamental gun handling rules, you never point a firearm at anybody, and you always assume it's loaded. I assume this carries over into being on a movie set. Maybe not. Onto a movie set.
I mean, I don't know.
Hollywood
does its own thing.
I only say that because at some point on a movie set, I assume you have to point the weapon at somebody else. Maybe camera angles pending how you have to do that, but there should never be a crossover of where there was live ammunition being used at all in a place where you might have to potentially flag somebody and point a firearm in their direction. That's a huge oversight.
Yeah, no, it's. Like Fizz says, a little loosey goosey.
Yeah. That's not something I don't like that shit at all. That's insanity. Make sure we're not missing anybody else here. Thank you, D. autocorrect. The person going into trouble, in trouble. What?
Yeah, the one that got in trouble was the armor, and she was unexperienced, from what I heard too.
There's an armory person that was unexperienced.
Yeah. Apparently, I forget her name.
What movie is that? Is that Chucky? The second Chucky or the third one? Where he goes through and they're doing like a live paintball, and he reloads all the paintball ammunition with live ammunition. That's from a horror movie. It's from Chucky.
Yeah.
Chucky 3, maybe? Chucky 2?
Okay, what's the Marvel joke? The Daredevil and the Scarlet Witch. What is the difference?
What's the difference between the Scaredevil?
One's blind. I know that.
The Daredevil and Scarlet Witch?
All right. Give it to us, Fizz. I couldn't even imagine what it would be.
The Daredevil and the Scarlet Witch.
Oh, that's hilarious. You got that one?
The Daredevil knows how to cope with a life without vision.
That's pretty true.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Is Scarlet Witch the ultimate Karen? Or woman scorned? I wouldn't even say woman scorned.
Based on the Marvel depiction, the newest Marvel depiction, yeah, I would think so. I mean, that's like, scorched earth because I didn't get what I wanted.
I mean, to be honest,
Well, all right,
she did lose her brother.
We are going to head and end this here. I do appreciate the new follow on Kick and Fizzle. Truly appreciated and all of your input today, as well as all of y'all on Facebook, Maggie and Deanna. Of course, you guys are amazing. We will be doing this show live every Sunday at about noon. The time might change depending. Obviously, like you see, everyone got sick today. We're a short staffed and everything.
I'm still getting better.
I do apologize in advance for all of the technical things. Me trying to run all this and still be an element in the show.
He won't let me have any buttons over here.
I take this whole thing from you. I do appreciate you guys very much. We're doing this live every Sunday for all of the 2026 year. So. Sundays at noon. Feel free to tune in. I really appreciate all the comments, the interaction, and the input. Really do. The stories. If you want to be a guest on the show, everything you need to know is in a link in the YouTube description, where you can, obviously become a part of the show if you want to phone in or be here in person. If you want to donate, it's always appreciated. And then links and everything will be growing as this show progresses. We do have a large amount of past episodes on the YouTube that we did a year ago or so about different conspiracy stuff that we went through. Some of them are kind of very enlightening. Stuff I didn't even know about, kind of where we got to about this point. We will be doing guest appearances. I'm trying to aim for like once a month for guest appearances, maybe more depending on how many people want to be on the show. Yeah. And trying to get more people on here. And it is a kind of, this is the second episode for the year. So there's a little bit of growing pains and technical difficulties. So we appreciate y'all.
Yeah, take
patience for
that. Get back in the role.
Yes, but absolutely, thank you guys, everyone, so much, and we will see you on the next episode of Schrodinger's Cast. Tune in next week, Sunday at noon. Looking forward to seeing you guys there, and thank you guys.